Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by Money Stocks. Today is Thursday, May 29, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You're going to see that the futures are trading higher by about 2 points at the moment to $1,911 per contract. Pretty good little move up considering the news that was just released. US GDP actually dropped a little bit more than expected. Most people were expecting, last time we heard about it, down about 0.4%. It's actually down a full percentage point. So, again, US GDP down, but jobless claims are a little bit better. But the market really doesn't care about news. Really, all it cares about are two things. Is there still stimulus coming into the system? And the answer is yes. And what is the dollar-yen doing? Dollar-yen at the moment is starting to spike up, and that's giving a lift to the futures. If the dollar-yen sold off today, there's not a doubt in my mind that the futures would be lower. But right now, dollar-yen, which is lower on the day by 13 cents, is moving higher. As long as that moves up, the futures will usually hold up steady. So, again, watch this relationship. Keep it on watch. This is definitely something to keep note of. All right, let's take a look at a few stocks out here. We're going to talk about Palo Alto Networks. PANW is the ticker symbol. Stock is gapping sharply higher. I do not see any upside in this equity. Unfortunately, because the stock is right near its all-time high of $80, it's very, very difficult to give you a shorting level, but the stock is severely overbought here. I would not chase it higher. I don't have a good level for a scalp short, unfortunately, due to the new high. But either way, do not buy this one up here at this level. Great move. Stock closed at $69.50. It's now trading around $78 to $80. But do not chase this one higher. I just see very, very little upside. It's already overbought and extended. Should be some resistance right around that $80 level, but you never know. Maybe it trickles up a little bit more. But do not chase this one today. Let's take a look at Abercrombie & Fitch. Here's another stock that's having a good little move. Company came out with earnings. I believe they missed across the board, but nonetheless, I guess the miss was less than expected. Stock closed at $35.12. It's trading at $37.50. I will have gap levels for this one in the chat room. We will look to short this equity. Those levels will be posted up around 9 o'clock in the morning. If you want them, come over to the intraday stock chat. Next up, we're going to take a look at Apple. Looks like Apple bought Beats, the headphone maker, for about $3 billion. The stock closed at $624. Yesterday, it's trading at $626.75 today. I'd be real careful here with Apple. I don't see anything all that great. Stock is coming into a fair amount of resistance on the bigger time frames, meaning the weekly and monthly charts. Hard to pick a level here. Stock's in an uptrend, but nonetheless, I don't know if I'm going to buy into that news that they bought Beats, and that's a good deal. Apple used to just take a company and reinvent it without buying it, and right now it looks like they're taking a little bit of a different path, which may not necessarily be a bad thing, but I'm just not seeing anything all that great for Apple this morning, but the stock is trading higher by a couple bucks. Let's take a look at Costco, one of my favorite stores. Costco right now is trading at $114.59. They reported earnings. I think they missed on their earnings as well, which is a little bit of a shocker, but nonetheless, Costco right now is basically trading flat from yesterday's close. Stock closed at $114.24. You could see right now it's trading at $114.59. So again, I don't know if we can make too much out of it. The one thing I will say, Costco has support, a little bit of support around $112.25. That was defended already this morning. The next level I'm seeing for Costco is around $110.20, $110.20. So keep those levels on the radar if the stock does come down. It has been under pressure the last couple of days, I guess ahead of this poor earnings announcement. But nonetheless, not that big of a move. Let's take a look at this ICPT. This is Intercept Pharmaceuticals. Looks like they're getting a fast track approval for one of their liver drugs or something like that. This stock busted on the scene, I guess, basically back in the beginning of the year. Stock went from, basically $60 all the way up to $500 or $470. Now it's trading around $234. Quite a big bid. I don't know if there's much you could do with it either way. Still a fair amount of resistance. It's a lighter volume name. I don't know how many shares are in the float, but either way, be very, very careful when trying to trade this stock. It makes radical, big time moves in both directions, up and down. I mean, just in the beginning of the year, off of a 1 week move, it moved up above nearly to $500, and since that time it's come back down to around $234. Today the stock is up sharply. It closed at $234 yesterday. It's trading at $245, $246 right now. Be very careful with this one. All right, let's take a look at Sanderson Farms. SAFM is the ticker symbol. Good little pop here. I forget the news on this one. The stock looks like it has a fair amount of resistance around 91, 91 and a half. So again, there's not all that much upside left in this stock. Do not chase it. If you own it, you just trail your stop loss. That's all you could do. Just coming across my wire is Hillshire Farms. It looks like Tyson Foods is going to try to bid for Hillshire. I guess it's going to be a $50 cash offer or $50-something cash offer. I'm not sure of the details. You can check it out for yourself. But Hillshire was just being approached by Pilgrim PPC just the other day, I believe on Tuesday. So Pilgrim's Pride was actually the buyer of Hillshire, and now it looks like Tyson is stepping in. So this here is going to get very it looks like a bidding war is brewing here. I'm not sure if Pilgrim's going to come back. If you own Hillshire, here's how you play it. You just trail your stop loss. Okay, find a spot that you're comfortable, trail the stop loss. Maybe Pilgrim's comes back with a higher bid. Maybe Tyson comes back with a higher bid. One company that's out there is Pinnacle Foods. Now, this was supposed to be bought out by, I believe, by Hillshire, and I think that deal is now off because Hillshire is being bought out. But I would watch the 29.75 level if Pinnacle gets down there. That's a little bit of a short-term support level. I love the 26.50, 26.75 level on Pinnacle Foods if it gets there. I think that's a sleeper play. You can keep an eye on that one. So keep an eye on Pinnacle Foods. Ticker symbol is PF. Short term today, you could probably look at support around 29.75, but longer term, the stock looks like a complete buy to me at 26.75, and I think if it gets down there, that's worth taking a shot at because what's to say this one isn't going to get picked up or bought out. There's a lot of consolidation going on in the group, and once one company starts to do it, they all start to do it. There's a lot of cheap money out there, and that's why this is happening at the moment. All right, I'm going to take a look at gold now. Gold is trading lower again by $5.60 an ounce to $1,254.20 an ounce. So let's go to the GLD. GLD continuing to sell off. Gold has really broken down this week, but believe it or not, there will be some attractive levels coming up pretty soon, but just not right now. So be very careful with the gold play today. I'm not seeing all that much out here at the moment. You have a little bit of minor support around 121 on the GLD, but we are a bit below that at the moment. So be very careful with gold. It's just not a good setup at the moment to own. Looking at the oil market today, oil is up 15 cents to $102.88 a barrel. Oil did sell off a little bit yesterday, but it was overdue. It was overbought. It was very extended. Taking a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for trading light sweet crude, which is the crude we use here in the United States, you're going to see this is trading around $37.68. It looks fine right now. I don't really think there's much to do with oil. There's no real major pattern out here that tells us we need to make a move. All right, before we finish up today, keep an eye on dollar yen. Dollar yen is popping. Dollar yen pops, stock market pops, okay? It doesn't matter what the dollar yen does overnight so much anymore. It matters what it does when the U.S. markets get active. And the U.S. markets get active around 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning. And obviously opening bell in the New York Stock Exchange rings at 9 o'clock in the morning. So keep an eye on dollar yen. You can see dollar yen is creeping higher right now. And sure enough, well, let's take a look. Futures are starting to creep higher as well. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. All right, it doesn't matter what dollar yen does overnight right now. It matters what it does intraday or during the active hours where the U.S. markets are open. Okay, with that said, everybody, before I finish, I just want to just alert everybody. There are quite a few European markets that are closed today. Today is Ascension Day, so there are quite a few European markets that are closed today. But German DAX, French CAC 40, I believe, are open, and so is the London markets as well. So not a big deal there, but you do want to remember that there are several markets in Europe that are closed today for Ascension Day. All right, with that said, everybody, have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.